Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how to change the battery in a Casio Data Bank 150 watch. Sometimes this can be a little tricky. What you need is, the tools needed is a jeweler's screwdriver that's got like a Phillips head type point on it. I've got another jeweler's screwdriver. This one has a flat edge, but it's not going to be used for anything other than just prying the back of the watch off and there's plastic cover that's inside. I've got a pair of tweezers that's going to help me hold the screws or take the screws off the back. And then I've got a push pin. And the push pin is going to help me release the latch that holds the battery in place. So when I'm ready to take the battery out, I've got to release the latch, and this push pin is going to help me do that. Also need a battery, and this watch uses a CR 2016 battery. So we'll take that out, set that aside there. Okay, most of the time you're going to have straps on the watch. So if you have a strap on your watch, it's probably going to curl up and get in the way. So what you can do is, if you have a strap on there, you can use something heavy to just hold it down, like a nearby stapler. But this particular watch doesn't have straps. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the 4 screws off the back of the watch. I'm going to start with these bottom 2. I don't think that this really matters which order they go off, but I'm going to place them in their same relative position over to the side so I know which holes they came out of. Okay, now is where I'm going to use my flathead screwdriver to lift the back off. A lot of times there's a rubber gasket that will come off with it. So you got to be careful with that. If you can keep it on there in the groove, that's best. This one stayed in. The rubber gasket goes along the edge here. And then I'm going to use my flathead to remove this white plastic cover. Just lift it off and set it aside. Okay, here's the tricky part. There's this latch that holds the battery in place. I'm going to use the push pin to push down and then towards this direction, towards the bottom of the watch or away from the battery, in order to release the latch. So it's push in and away from the battery. And it just pops up. The latch won't come all the way off, so it just kind of lifts a little bit there, enough for you to slide the battery out. You take your new battery. First, let's look at the watch, and it's deader than a doornail. Slide the new battery in. The positive side is the side with all the writing on it, goes up. Okay, I'll take my flathead screwdriver and push down on the latch to lock it back in place. Put my white plastic cover back on. Make sure it's seated in well. Make sure my rubber gasket is in place, and this one looks fine. Most of the time they come off, so you have to put it back in there. Replace the back of the watch on there. Try to line up the holes. Then I'm going to put the screws back in in near reverse order in which I took them out. Don't screw it down all the way hard yet. Okay, once that last screw is in, go ahead and tighten down each of the screws. And the watch is back working. I want to acknowledge a website that I got a lot of this information from on www.sysarchitects.com. A guy named John Van Dyke wrote some instructions on this, and I just merely followed his instructions. Wish you luck. Thanks.